I'm Ezechi Ade. This is the Golden Circle Movement Channel. Today I'd like to discuss the flow of energy for a practitioner, where to apply energy when trying to relieve certain ailments. For instance, you may encounter a patient who has asthma, who suffers from breathing disorders, breathing issues. Well, let us review our chakra basics. We know that the front of the body is giving, the back of the body is receiving. So, in applying light to the frontal portion of the body, it activates the toxins, the toxicity level of the patient will increase as you activate it. It is important to apply energy to the back to release this accumulated energy, this toxicity, that is. So, when dealing with a patient who has asthma, it is going to be related to toxins in the brain dripping down and inflaming the lungs. So, to the forehead to bring up the toxicity that's actually causing the breathing disorder. So, you have to do this when the patient is not having a breathing episode, a asthma attack, as it were, or whatever, because it will cause the attack to become worse. This should be done at a dormant time, a time where the patient can relax and receive this therapy without having additional stress. So, then to release these toxins to the back of the head, the back of the neck, and the shoulders. Then let's say you have a patient who has a stomach disorder or some kind of digestive problem. So you'll want to focus on the front of the stomach for a short time, unless the patient is nauseous. If the patient is nauseous, this will cause them to, well, maybe vomit on you. So, if you do give light to the front of the abdomen, observe the patient, see how they are receiving the light. If they seem to be in even greater distress, focus on the back of the patient. This will help alleviate the cause of the discomfort, of the ailment, of the issue. So the back, as you will see, is more important in many cases than even giving light to the front. Well, how do you do this to someone who is bedridden and who is unable to turn over and expose their back? Remember, we can fold space and bend light. So, simply allow the light to flow behind them, and that will help with that situation. You can also penetrate through the frontal of the body and allow it to materialize in the back of the person. As they lay there, you could drive the light directly through them and allow it to activate when it reaches the affected or infected or whatever buildup of toxicity has caused this condition. So, that being the case, it also works in spiritual as well as physical issues. So when there is a spiritual toxicity issue, like in the home, a being or some type of non corporeal entity, applying light with the intention, the sonin, of allowing this being to rest in peace, to travel to the light, to find its home in the spiritual realm. So let us continue. Let us say that there is a issue with one of the extremities, say a cut or bruise, a burn on the forearm. The forearm will be very sensitive to light. It may hurt the patient. So, if the injury is on an extremity, an outer extremity, or so forth, then you will want to apply light at the next joint up towards the heart, that is, between the heart and the injury. You will want to apply light to the next joint up from the injury. So, in this case, you would apply light to the elbow. If the bicep were injured, you would apply light to the shoulder, and specifically the underarm of the shoulder, or as we know it in Chinese as the Qua, when we are discussing Qi, the areas between the thigh and the pelvis are called the Qua. So the portions under the arm, the places under the arms are called the Qua as well. When we are in a light giver stance, we want to keep our arms relaxed, our legs relaxed, especially between our legs and especially under our arms, to allow the flow, not because of the physical opening or spreading of those parts, but for the energetic release without stress. So we are releasing energy to the patient. We are receiving it and channeling it to the patient. This is just a few ways of a practitioner, a light worker. There are many other techniques. For instance, for emotional challenges, say deep stress, anxiety. Maybe the person is having an anxiety attack. Maybe you're having an anxiety attack. So to the front of the stomach, just around the belly button, up to the diaphragm, that area. The diaphragm, of course, in that region, you will find the third chakra. And the third chakra is yellow and is concerned with emotion. So the front will help to realize or awaken one's understanding of the actual situation, not the perception of the situation, but the actual situation. Then, by giving light to the back of the third chakra, you can relieve the pressure and relieve the tension. So, do you have light worker practitioner techniques that you use? I'd like to hear about them in the comments. Please subscribe to this channel. Make sure you ring the notification bell. Please like and share this video. I'm Ezechi Ade. This is the Golden Circle Movement channel. Thank you for your participation in this Divine Light program. Thank you for helping to create paradise on earth.